coming to dental considerations, that is timing of treatment for pregnant patients, dental radiation exposure, use of local anesthetics, prescription of common antibiotics and analgesics. And coming to treatment timings, in first trimester we have to avoid the x-rays and only emergency treatment must be provided. And second trimester, root scaling, planing and elective dental treatment can be taken. And in third trimester, better to avoid in the second half of the third trimester the treatments. The commonly given instructions for oral hygiene, control of dental plaque and periodontal prophylaxis can be undertaken. And as already said, the first trimester, spontaneous miscarriages naturally will occur in first trimester. So we have to avoid all type of elective treatment. We have to only educate the patient and give oral hygiene instructions. Periodontal prophylaxis and emergency treatments if very much necessary. And we have to avoid the routine radiographs. And in second trimester, the optimal time for dental treatment as the organogenesis will be completed. It is easier to prevent than to treat the established disease. And oral hygiene instructions and plaque control, scaling, polishing and curettage and elective dental care can be done in this period and it is safe. In third trimester, it will be very uncomfortable and hence short visits must be taken and positioning of the patient to her left side. Plaque control, oral hygiene instructions, scaling, polishing, curettage, routine dental care which is avoided after the middle of third trimester. Next, coming to radiation exposure during gestation. Dose given and time of gestation are very important. Doses less than 5 to 10 radones are not teratogenic. Fetus is most susceptible to radiation between the 2nd and 6th week of gestation. Single dental X-ray exposes patient to 0.01 millirads of radiation. This amount is 40 times less than the daily dose acquired from cosmic radiation. Therefore, diagnostic radiation should not be withheld during pregnancy. It can be undertaken with some more precautions like using a lead apron, and exposure to fetus with lead apron use is 0.00001 centigrade and daily cosmic radiation is 0.0004 centigrade. Hence, we can advise a dental X-ray for the patients. And also, the exposure can be limited by lead apron shielding, filtration, collimation, modern fast film and avoiding the repeated exposures. Drug usage. This is very important because the drugs which we give may cause harm to fetus. So we have to be proper in prescribing the medications for the pregnant woman. Drugs will cross the placenta by simple diffusion, so it's a major consideration during pregnancy. Type, dose of the drug and time of the gestation should be carefully evaluated. Drugs like antibiotics, local anesthetics, vasoconstrictors, analgesics, antimicrobials and sedatives. These are which we commonly prescribe for the dental patients. So these drugs, they need some modifications. Penicillin, amoxicillin, paracetamol are safer drugs. Tetracyclines are contraindicated. Among analgesics, acetaminophen is widely accepted. High doses of aspirin is avoided in second and third trimesters. NSAIDs are less favorable. Drugs commonly used with limitations. The antibiotics which can be used in pregnancy are amoxicillin, erythromycin, penicillin, cephalosporin. And which should not be used is gentamicin, clindamycin as there is fetal ototoxicity, and tetracycline and chloramphenicol also. These comes under teratogens as there is discoloration of the teeth and also maternal death or fetal death with chloramphenicol. Coming to analgesics, acetaminophen can be given, but morphine should not be given as there is respiratory depression. And with some caution, oxycodone, hydrocodone, propoxyphene, bentazocaine can be given. Aspirin, ibuprofen, naproxen, they are contraindicated as there is postpartum hemorrhage associated with aspirin. Antifungals, clotrimazole, nystatin can be given, but fluconazole, ketoconazole are contraindicated as there is fetal toxicity. And next, coming to pregnancy related oral health problems. They are very necessary because the pregnant woman approaches to the dentist only when they have these problems, and we have to be in a position to properly manage these patients. They are pregnancy gingivitis, pregnancy ephilus, increased tooth mobility, dry mouth, dental caries, erosion and increased appetite. And morning sickness, esophageal reflux and vomitings, these all will lead to acid exposure, leading to irritation of gums, weakening of tooth enamels and finally dental erosion. Treating this, we have to ask the patient not to brush immediately after vomiting. They have to rinse with water, baking soda, antacid and plain water. Salivary changes are, they're more acidic with increased buffer, minerals and decreased flow in first and last trimester, and increased flow in second trimester will be seen. Increased bacteria is due to increased acidity and amount and frequency of starches and carbohydrates taken during pregnancy. Pregnancy gingivitis, it is the most common and oral manifestation caused by hormonal and vascular changes of pregnancy. The pathophysiology includes, because of elevated circulating estrogen, it increases the capillary permeability. And also, pre-existing gingivitis will predispose to pregnancy gingivitis. Occurs commonly in 2nd to 8th months. Tendency to bleed very easily. The treatment is scaling, root planing, curettage and oral hygiene instructions. Coming to pregnancy granuloma, it occurs in 5% of women, most common in buccal, maxillary, anterior areas, and usually starts in an area of gingivitis as shown in the picture. Rapid growth up to 2 centimeters, usually single tumor-like growth seen in incidental papilla region with purplish to bluish in color, and it may be ulcerate and bleeds very easily. Periodontal disease and preterm labor, they are interrelated. As such, the maternal periodontal disease is associated with increased risk of preterm labor. This is how means anaerobic oral gram-negative bacteria will be increased in this periodontal disease conditions and causes the inflammatory response. This inflammatory response will stimulate the prostaglandin and cytokine production to stimulate the labor. And hence preterm labor may be seen. So the periodontal disease must be cured in the pregnancy woman if detected earlier. And management of pregnant women. And during the treatment, the patient must be elevate right hip with towel or pillow by 10 to 12 centimeters, or the patient can be made roll on her left side. By doing such, weight is taken off the major vessels. This is how we have to provide treatment in a dental chair for pregnant women.